Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJIHITO here to bring you another live stream. Now, this one is a little bit different due to the fact of the title of the video. Again, the Black community has too many issues, too many problems, and I'm going to bring up quite a few of those problems and those issues. So, let's just take a listen to the very first video and see what this guy has to state.
Mexican that like black dudes always end up picking the lamest black. Like it don't never be a young fly that got swag and that got charisma. It always be some lame. Like why y'all be picking these lame, bro? That be irritating.
Right. So this dude here, yo Jamal, what is up? What is up? What up? This was one of the videos that I was recording for earlier today, and it just got me quite mad because I'm like, this is the most craziest thing. So you got one of the hood types who decided that he wanted to get online and he wanted to get mad because the lames, right? So let me clarify terminology for folks. Whenever you hear these types who look at other black men in the community as lame, they're usually speaking on guys who are, let's say, like the geeks, the nerds, the smart guys, the guys who got businesses, the entrepreneurs, the guys who have 9 to 5s, the guys who have homes, the guys who are stable, the guys who are committed directly into a relationship. They'll actually be there for their kids. They don't have jail and prison records. The police don't know their name. Um, what else? What else? What else? They don't have to, look directly over their shoulder because of something that they did when they was like 15 or 25, right? Or because they was hanging out with, somebody else. They're talking about the ones who don't throw and put other people's lives directly in jeopardy. They're talking about the folks who aren't running and pillaging throughout the black community, right? Causing all types of chaos, unrest, and fear and different things of that nature. That's who he is considering and talking about when he's talking about lames. And that's the craziest thing to me, that you decide that you want to speak on this topic, but you're stating, why they not getting somebody who's like young, got charisma, swag, and all this other type of. But I'm like, are you trying to describe yourself, or are you trying to describe other men that you want to be like that you could more than likely never be? Like, I'm just a little bit confused. I'm just a little bit confused on how this works, because if you were really that guy, you wouldn't be focused on what quote unquote the lames is out here doing. You would actually be doing it. The other craziest part is guys like this. I remember about 10, 15, 20 years ago, guys like this would always sit up there and say, like, yeah, I ain't one of those internet dudes. I ain't no internet cat. It's like, lead that to, those other, I'm street, I'm this, I'm that, I'm real, cut from a different cloth. I've never been on the internet. I ain't about to be talking about street politics, business, all this other. And here they are. Here they are. Out here crying, complaining, gossiping, making videos online like the quote unquote lames, like the squares. And I'm like, how does that work? You a street dude though, right? You hard bodied out here, right? You official in these streets, and you out here with the lames, right? You out here with the squares, making videos on TikTok. So you got a street dude on social media complaining about lames getting women. But wasn't these the same dudes that set up there said the reason why lames are lames is because they can never get women like them? That's a little bit, that's wild. Like, where are we at right now? I'm confused. I'm confused. So the street dudes, the main dudes that can always get women, are complaining about the squares and the lames getting women. yo, society is cooked. Society is cooked. Like, people don't even know what they want to be anymore. People don't even want to know. People don't even know anymore. Like, this is crazy to me. And this is what young dudes look up to. This is what young dudes look up to. Like, yo, this is tough. This is tough. Yo, Joe, what is up? Much love, respect, and appreciation. Detroit versus everybody, you know. But yeah, like, yo, this is crazy to me. Like, I don't. So for everybody that just came directly in, let me just repeat this video one more time because that's how stupid this video is. Let's hear this again.
Mexican that like black dudes always end up picking the lamest black. Like, it don't never be a young fly that got swag and that got charisma. It always be some lame. Like, why y'all be picking these lame, bro? That be irritating.
So let me add another layer directly to that, right? He's talking about Hispanic women, right? Mexican women. Those women have guys like you, just of a different shade in their community. What makes you think if they basically left and they decided, hey, I'm not about to deal with this in my community. Let me deal with somebody of a different community so I can get a different point of view, so that I don't have to deal with the same fears. I don't have to deal with the same anger, the same anxiety, the same potential like loss of life and retaliation, everything. Let me just do something different. So you want that woman to basically forego the men of her culture to come directly into the Black American community, in a sense. Somehow, some way, find a black man, and then you want that black man to be just like you. You want that black man to be a reflection of what it is that she just left. How does that even make sense? Maybe, just maybe, just hear me out here. Maybe she wants a guy that's going to actually be there and be stable. Because you saying that why wouldn't she pick a dude like you? Maybe you're not the type to actually be with a woman after you get her pregnant. Maybe you're the type that's not actually about a committed relationship, because I want people to understand and note he's only talking about getting the woman. He's not talking about being consistent, right? He's not talking about actually loving the woman, caring about her, being valuable, building her up, supporting her, pedestalizing her, being engaged, getting married. He's not talking about being a great father. He ain't talking about none of that. And you mean to tell me that you want women of other races to come and basically look at you and think that you're supposed to be the ideal guy? All right. Just because you like gambling don't mean that everybody else does. Just because you like Russian roulette doesn't mean everybody else likes risking their lives on an everyday basis. Like I said, that's some crazy work. Like this is 100% some hating type of stuff right here. 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, this is what a hater looks like. Like, you're talking about ordinary black dudes minding their business, doing what it is that they do, and they're able to attract women, and you just sitting in the background hating. What? Yo, that's wild. And I also want to note too, these are the types of dudes that if they happen to see an attractive woman with a standard issue guy, these would be the type of dudes that want to sit up there and try to fight a dude over his girlfriend. And again, the woman is not even yours. She's not even interested. She's not even paying you attention. But because he can't specifically have her, he's willing to sit up there and fight. He's like, well, we're going to sit up there and fight and see who's going to sit up there and win. And then whoever wins is whoever wins. But I'm like, just because you win don't mean that you are going to win the girl. It's not going to play out the way that you think. Or let's take it to the further step. He'll be the same type to try to kill a man over somebody else's wife or girlfriend that ain't even his. Just because she's attractive and he's like, you shouldn't even really be with this dude. You should actually be with somebody like me. These are the types that sit up there and end families. These are the types that end a lot of lives. These are the types that go around throughout the black community and continuously take the lives of black men, grandfathers, uncles, and sons. He's the reason that we got a lot of black men and sons directly in graveyards at this moment in time over women that were never even attracted or interested in them at all. All because they think that they are the type that should have every single woman out here, even though every single woman ain't even looking at them at all. Because I stated, if you were young, if you got like swag and all this, you would have all the women directly on your arm. You wouldn't even be making these videos focused on other men like that. You would just be out there just living life. You would be like all of these other dudes, like, yeah, I'm in Miami. I got like 20 women directly on me. Look at me now. You ain't even like that. You're sitting up here with some matted, untreated dreads or locks, whatever it is. Got a few golds in your mouth, whole bunch of tattoos from God knows where, and a white background. That's it. Nothing to show for nothing. And women are supposed to be running and flocking to what it is that you present right here. Okay. All right. You got it. You got it. 100%. You got it. But you know, the killing part about this whole thing is that somehow, some way, there will still be women out here that will allow this guy within close proximity to be able to get them pregnant and create multiple kids. That's the craziest part. Somebody with no type of personality, any and all of the things that he described in his video, he has none of that. But somehow, some way, there will be a bird out here that will sit up here and allow this dude to sit up there and get her pregnant. And not just her, it'll be other ones directly out there too. Because he also fits within the exact same type and frame of the ones who abandon their kids. Like whenever people want to talk about like, black men, they just don't care about this. This is the type right here. This is that exact type right here that run around the black community somehow, some way, getting the attention of God knows who types of black women out here and getting them pregnant and then continuing the exact same cycle 9,999 times. But then what happens is that the quote unquote lame or the square black guys out here got to sit up there and deal with the weight of the situation of which that they didn't cause, but it was specifically these types here. That's the wild part. That's the killing part in the whole situation. Because of his misdeeds, because of the things that he specifically can't do and won't do, the other men in the black community have to sit up there and suffer the consequences, which is crazy to me. But anyways, let's continue directly on. And also shout out to any and everybody that just pulled up and wrote directly in the comment section. Much love, respect, and appreciation.
Black women and white women is that white women's goal in life is to be married. Is to marry a successful man, cater to him, be a stay-at-home mom, have his babies, take care of the babies all by herself, while at the same time being at his beck and call. Black women ain't that. We can get it. That's the thing about black women. We gonna get out here and we gonna get it. We gonna start businesses. We gonna start careers. We gonna go to school. We gonna get educated. And we gonna take care of what we need to take care of without a man. They can't do that. They never have that ability. And when they do it on their own, they're always struggling. It's always hard for them. But it's never hard for us. And they're jealous of that fact. And they know it. They know it's tough for them if they're by themselves with children. Oh, yeah. They can't make it happen. See, they're willing to deal with any kind of bullshit that come along as long as they say that I'm married. They're married and they're single mothers. They take care of the kids alone. They take care of that man, and he go and live his life. He at the golf course. He out on his boat on the lake with the boys, while she at home losing her mother mind, running around the house taking care of these kids and washing his dirty drawers. See, black women look at things a whole lot different. We can be all of that and some. And that's the reason why a lot of these black men, they go for these white women because they're weaker. They want that weaker species so that they can rule over them. We ain't being ruled over. We ain't going for that. We gonna be equal partners in this. You can be the head of the household. We gonna treat you like a man as long as you act like one. But see, these white women don't care. They don't care if you don't man up. They're gonna man up on the inside, but then treat you like a man on the outside in front of everybody else. We ain't willing to do that.
That was a lot of tough talk there. Let me tell you something. It's a lot of tough talk there. Again, with the same trope that if a black man decides that, hey, you want to date women of another culture, you're automatically weak, and you're with those women because they're weak, because black women are the strongest of the strongest, and pretty much Superwoman can do any and everything. But the thing that gets me, I'm a little bit confused on, is that the exact same black women like her who decide to put out this message They then turn around and say that they're tired of being strong. They want to be in their soft girl era, which is crazy because eras come and go, which means that if you're in a soft girl era, that's not going to be there. You're just going to revert back to your factory default setting because that soft girl era was never your real era or never your real thing to begin with. Right. But it's like you put out a message like this, but then you also state that you don't want people to always see you as strong. You want to be able to be a woman. You want to be able to be feminine and all this other type of stuff. But then at the same time, while in the same exact same message, we'll sit up there and state that the reason that black women can't be feminine is because black men are basically feminine. So then the reverse has to happen, which means that black women has to be masculine. But then if black women are masculine, the only way that they can be masculine, right, is to be with men of other groups, of other races, because they're more masculine or dominant than them, which would then allow them to be feminine. Like this whole thing, this whole ring around the rosy thing is crazy. And the whole thing that she stated before, she was like, yeah, we'll treat you like a man if you act like a man. Just imagine if men said that to women. Just imagine if men went out there on a daily and was like, hey, I will give you female or feminine, treatment if you basically you act as a woman. Women would lose it. It will be hugely problematic. People would make all types of think pieces directly out there, but yet you can come online and basically state that the only way that a black man is going to get treated like a man is if he's acting like a man. That's a little like a lot of women who talk like this don't even actually know what a man actually is because some of them probably didn't even have fathers. Right? They might not have had positive black role models directly in their lives. On top of that, I can tell by her attitude and her face that she more than likely never had a great stable relationship with a black man at all. Promise you, every single relationship, if she's dated black men, pretty sure that every single relationship that she had, it was the black man's fault. Quote unquote, he cheated. He was this, he was that, and she was just the best thing since sliced bread. She never did nothing wrong. Attitude was always straight. She was always feminine. She always dressed well. She was running bathwater. She was doing this. She was doing that. She was doing all of these things. Look here. I've consistently stated to people that at this point in this day and age, 2026, people should just, if you want to date whoever it is that you want to sit up there and date, just go out there and do that. To do this back and forth type of thing here in order to have a bat signal out there to like white dudes and everybody else that, hey, I really don't like black men. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm telling you how I don't really like black men. My doors are open to anybody. Just go out there. Stop doing this. Stop making these joker calling cards and leaving them everywhere so that white men and men of other races can know that you are completely done or not interested in black men and that you want to date. Just go out there and do it. It's just like, yo, just go out there and do it. Like, it doesn't make sense. You did all of that just to sit up there and say that you just don't like black men. You don't find black men worthy of marriage or any of this other type of stuff and whatnot or whatever. And somehow, some way, in order to make your point, you wanted to bring white women directly up in this. But it's crazy. It's like it's crazy on one end. You want to sit up there and say that if a black man dates a white woman, he's weak, right? He's not strong. He's not masculine, right? But then in the same exact thing, without saying it, you're in a sense stating that if black women, masculine, go out there and date white men, you're pro-black, you're all black everything, and that there's no weakness in that. There's actually great strength because you're moving and going into an area of which you're understanding and finding where love is and what love truly means. You're going into the arms of somebody who can fully 100% understand you and propel you and put you in places that you could have never. I'm highly confused. I'm highly confused. I'm highly confused. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I get it, champ. You want to date white men? I have no problem. Kudos to you. It's great. Shout out to Love Island and many of those other shows out there that have paired up black women with white dudes. Kudos to them. Like I said, I don't care who makes those shows. I hope that a lot of those folks that just specifically have that point of view and that's where they want to be, just be there. Just be there. Just do that. Just do that. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Like this is, like I said, this is weird to me. It's the exact same thing when I see white women basically talking down on white men, and then they're trying to pedestalize black men. That's weirdo type of behavior. That's not attractive. That's not cute. Like, all of y'all are weirdos. Both groups of women who do this, both of y'all are 1000% weirdos. It's just the fact that ain't nobody telling you. Y'all are both problematic. White women are problematic when they do that to white men. Black women are problematic when they do that to black men. Problematic. Both sides. It is not attractive. Like I said, y'all too old to sit up there and be doing this. Like, this is stuff that people do in high school. This is stuff that people do in middle school. It's like, oh, well, you didn't sit up there and like pick me to sit up there and be your girlfriend. So I'm going to sit up there and go with this other guy with the nice hair and whatnot or whatever. And I'm about to be all over him just to sit up there and make you jealous. Brother, just be over there. If you really want to be over there, just be over there. Don't have no ulterior motives, because then that also means that you're not actually for that person. You're just doing it because you want to get some revenge. You want to have somebody feel a certain type of way. You want to have that person look at you and what you're doing and basically like, darn it, maybe I really messed up. Maybe I should have acted. No, just be over there. If that's really what you want to do, if that's really where you want to be, you saying that's really where love is on the other side, the grass is always there. Just be over there. Just be over. That's all you got to do. Just be over there. You don't have to sit up there and talk about nobody or bring nobody else into your situation. Just be over there, shut the fuck up and be quiet. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And I say this 99 different times. Matter of fact, let me just prove my point. So we got this person here, right? If anybody's seen the Fallout TV show, I can't unsee it. And I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to unsee it once I tell you. If you look at the main white girl that's on Fallout and you look at this girl here, they look the exact same. I kid you not. If you look at this girl's face here and you look at the main girl that's on Fallout 76, the television show, they look the exact same. Kid you not. Kid you not, right? So now this one basically said, she said, dated black men my whole life, and I finally decided to date an Asian man that wanted to marry me. With a couple of months now, we've been married for 4 years, and put me in. Wait, let me move this real quick so y'all can see it. It said, and put me on my soft woman era. So you were masculine from the beginning. You were born masculine as soon as you came out the womb. You was just rah rah rah. You was the Incredible Hulk. You were Hercules. Like what are we talking about? You was Ben Grimm. It's clobbering time. Like what are we talking about? So what, you were in your masculine era pretty much your whole life, and then as soon as this Asian man, quote unquote, swooped you off your feet and gave you 2 blazing kids, automatically became a woman? Nobody understands and sees how stupid that sounds. That sounds 1000% stupid. 1000% stupid. But before I go directly into my judgments, I'm going to allow y'all to hear the full context, the long 7-minute video that she put out explaining what took place. And again, like she said before, she dated black men and nothing came from it. Black men didn't do nothing for her, didn't want to marry her, didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that, right? Asian man, been together for 4 years. Let's sit up there and see from the horse's mouth how this worked out for her.
I see all of y'all comments saying, please do story time, please do story time. Trust me, I am going to do story time, because it's like, why put the video out there and you're not going to do story time? So trust me, when I say I got y'all, I'm going to do story time. So since I'm not going to do story time right now, I'm just going to give y'all a little clip, do a little video real quick for y'all, and then I'm going to do a story time a later time. So the situation is, nobody knew my situation that I was going through, not a close friend, not nobody. Literally nobody knew what I was going through. I have always been that strong friend that everybody can depend on, be there for. I don't care if it's money wise, just to talk wise, whatever wise. That has been me. I have just always act like I didn't really have no problems, even though deep down inside I have a lot of scars, trauma, problems. But I never wanted nobody else to carry my situations, burdens, or problems. So that's why I always kept things to myself. Not even my closest best friend, I'm talking about this, she knows everything about me, my childhood trauma, teenage trauma, adult trauma, every trauma she knows about. April, I really, really love her. Like, I love her so much. I thank God he put her in my life, because she's an angel in my life. Literally, like, I don't have to talk to her every day, every couple of days, every week. If I call her, she's gonna come running. She's gonna be there.
Long story short, I lack family. I don't have a mother. I don't have a father. I have nobody. Literally no support system as family-wise. Literally nothing. By the grace of God, I've been surviving. By the grace of God. It's been very hard. And I do not want to be emotional. I do not want to cry. So please understand, I do not want to cry. I do not want to be emotional. There's a lot of pain in my situation that I went through with my ex. There's a lot of pain, a lot of scars. Due to the fact that I lack family, not having a father figure, I stayed in a bad, abusive, alcoholic situation with a person that was extremely addicted to alcohol. He put alcohol before his kids, before his marriage, before literally everything. He was a racist. He was a narcissistic man. His friends are alcoholics and cheaters. So it's like, they can't help him out. His own nephew saw him disrespecting me, calling me the N-word, putting his hands on me. And his nephew said flat out in my face, that's my uncle, and I'm going to defend him no matter what, wrong or right. So that lets you know a lot right there. Whew, it's a lot. It's so much trauma, that things that I went through over the years that I didn't tell not one soul, that I sat there and dealt with. Because when you get married, you don't think about getting a divorce. You don't think about those things. And due to that fact that I didn't have no family, I dealt with it. When I first met him, I'm younger than him. He's older than me. I'm 34. He's 44. And a lot of men, they thrive off you being younger, naive, don't have no family, don't have no support system, don't have nothing. They love that. And I feel like he used me for his personal situation. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, because he's not black. He used me for that situation. And I saw somebody comment and say, if you knew he was racist, why would you be with him? People that wear a mask, they're not going to show who they really are in the beginning. That's just not what's going to happen. Over time, things revealed of what kind of person he was over time. He started showing his true colors, saying how he felt about black people. We ain't this, we ain't the S word, we ain't calling me the N word. Even my friends, y'all ain't up a black this, you ugly, you be, you this, you that, disrespecting me in front of the kids, calling me all kind of N words. He didn't even go to his own daughter's kindergarten graduation that just happened a couple months ago. Mind you, he lived 5 seconds away from the school, literally 5 seconds, didn't go. Still to this day, I have to block him because he harasses me. If I don't ever answer his phone calls, text, oh, I'm not sending you money. Mind you, he sends money when he gets ready, $200 or $300. What is that going to do when I have 3 little kids? We have 6-year-old, soon to be 5-year-old, a 2-year-old. He don't do nothing. It's like he still wants to control me. We don't live together. We're a divorce. He disrespects me. And I'm so glad I got my kids out of this situation. They don't have to hear the toxic anymore. It's like they were so accustomed and immune to it. Now my kids are the best version of themselves. They're happy. All they really know is mommy this, mommy that. I don't have to put anything bad in my kids' ear about their dad, which I will never will. But they don't know anything good about him because he never spent quality time with them, taking them to a park or anything. He never did those things. But like I said, that's all I'm going to give you guys right now. Everything I say about this man, I have proof. I have recorded his videos. But that's all I'm going to give you right now. Like I said, I could have stayed with my best friend April, but I chose not to because I was not mentally strong enough. Because you think a person is going to change and become a better person. And he never did. Still today, this man's an alcoholic abuser. Literally an alcohol abuser, a physical abuser. This man literally slapped me in front of the kids. Calls me racial slurs in front of the kids. Like I said, let me stop with this video right now because I do not want to cry. And that's not me crying in videos. I don't want to get too emotional because having flashbacks is just not good for me because I am on a self-healing journey. And that's what I want for myself because, like I said, me and my kids moved out. We divorced because I want it better for myself and my kids. And that's what we're doing, getting better. So that's what I'm going to give y'all right now. That's all I can give you guys right now until a later day I actually do a full story time. And that's the little clip that I'm just going to give you guys right now. I try not to think about it as much, but it does hurt me a heck of a lot that I don't have family. Not one soul to call to let them know what I went through or going through because it hurts so much. It hurt that I don't have a father that I can say, hey, Dad, this guy is doing this to me. He's treating me this way. all these things that I went through, it hurts so bad. It really hurts a lot. Not having parents, not having a support system, and you stand in a marriage that's truly, truly horrible. Being abused, physically abused, mentally, verbally abused. And when this man sobers up, he even says that you're the best thing ever happened to me. I love you. And I'm just glad. I'm glad that I finally had the courage to get out of that situation. For me and my kids to get our own place. I'm glad that my kids are doing at the best version of themselves. They don't no longer see their mom getting abused in a toxic environment. They no longer seeing their mom getting cussed at. They're no longer seeing those things anymore. And I thank God they don't have to witness those things anymore. Because no child should have to go through those things. No child should have to go through those things. And I ask God for my strength every day. Because I need it. I need strength. Like I said, that is it. That's all I can give you right now. Because there's too much flashbacks right now. That's all I can give you right now.
So what I just witnessed was this woman crying on camera with no tears. I heard quote unquote horror stories, but yet you still slept with him twice and gave him kids. You stayed married to him for 4 years, and you said that there was no warning signs to him being racist. So I guess the racism kicked in at like the tail end of the 4th year. It didn't happen during the talking stages. It didn't happen during the dating stages. It didn't happen during the engagement. It didn't happen during the first like 3 years of the marriage. It was the 4th year where everything like kicked off, and you really realize like, oh my God, I'm married to a racist, and I had kids with a racist. I have to run and get out. So I'm just trying to figure out during the relationship, from the steps of the talking stages to the relationship to the engagement to the marriage, at what point was he hurricane kicking you across the house? I'm just trying to figure out how many dragon uppercuts was he giving you up until you realize like, hey, I need to get up out of here? How many Hadokens were you getting, directly through the walls in your house before it was like, all right, enough is enough? I'm just trying to figure out. And then on top of that, the craziest part, if we go back to what she stated before, right? So the Asian dude, right? Because I guess he's the dominant one, obviously, because she was just getting mollywopped, through the house, with some Jean Kundo. And she said that this Asian man that she was with put her in her soft woman era. So during that time that you were getting beat on, why didn't you transform? Why didn't you get out of that soft woman era and get back into that masculine era that you said that you were originally in? I'm a little bit confused. Like, how did you automatically become like a damsel in distress? I'm highly confused. Like I said, I don't understand. I really don't understand. I really don't. Like, at this point, like I said before, I've gotten to the point over the years where I have very little sympathy for stories like this, because you stayed, you had kids, you got married, you did the whole nine. You did this. And then you try to run directly to his family. You try to run to his family, and his family defended. Like, did you really think that his family, his Asian family, was going to defend you, my dear? Did you really think running to his family was the best choice for you to sit up there and do? It wasn't. And you realized how stupid you were for doing it. You realize how much of a fool you were for doing it. But like I said before, you wanted to have this face and you wanted to talk about dating black men. And you said that grass is green on the other side. Like, hey, I gave black men a try and they did nothing for me. But the moment in time I dated one Asian guy, look at that. I'm married for 4 years. Ha ha. Look at that. Black women start dating out. And then we go from that to you basically going through and talking about quote unquote a horror story. But yet, I'm not even sure. Maybe I'm a little bit deaf, but I did not hear her state that she ever went to the police. I didn't hear her state that she called the police. I didn't hear her state that she had a restraining order. I didn't hear her state that there was any type of court proceedings because she decided to press charges directly on her husband or ex-husband. I didn't hear that at all. I just heard her basically state that, yeah, he beat me down. It was like a kung fu flick. 5 fists to death all throughout the house all the time, every day. The kids also saw it too. so they know his kung fu moves too. And I just dipped out of the situation, and he's free to do whatever he wants to sit up and do, and I'm free to do whatever it is that I want to do. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. Like that's wild. Because I can swear, if that was a black man that sat up there and put hands on her, I promise you that dude would be in jail. I promise you she would have magically, she said that she don't got no family. I promise you she would have found some black male family members or black males that she know, and that dude probably wouldn't even be here right now. I done seen the story too many times. But magically, when it deals with men of other races, supernaturally, folks want to be damsels in distress. Magically, people don't know how to fight no more. Magically, people ain't rah, rah, rah. People ain't about trying to sit up there and fight and provoke a fight, trying to antagonize a fight. What happened? This is what I be talking about. Like, this is crazy. That's wild to me, dog. And the other reason I don't feel sorry for this, you got 2 kids. You couldn't even be strong enough for, as a woman, to sit up there and defend yourself in front of this man, in front of your kids. You allow them to sit up there and see you get whooped on. What? This dude motherfucking he just pulled in the no Satsu Hado when evil Ryu on you and was just beating you through left and right through the house. Like, that's crazy. And you opted not to go to the police. You're a fool. And you're going to do the exact same thing. But the craziest part is, I know for a fact that if this dude would have returned to her, he'd be like, you know what? I have got rid of my evil ways. I am now a Buddhist monk from Tibet. She would be right back with him. She'll be right back with him. She would be 100% right back with him. I promise you. I kid you not. But then to also make it worse, this was the next post that she had directly up there. Well, will it show up? It won't. Oh, there we go. This is the other post that she had. She was like, told the food stamp office I had 2 kids. They asked, what's the daddy's name? And I said, I don't know. I bet you if he was black, she'll put that name up there. It'll be in neon lights. She'll be wearing that on a t-shirt with his picture. But when it's a man of another race who just made you a single mother of 2, magically, you don't know who got you pregnant. Wow, fitting into multiple stereotypes. That's wild. So are you getting alimony? Are you getting child support? Did you get anything out of this divorce? This is wow. Wow. You decided to be with an Asian man and now you need government assistance. I thought only black men, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I thought only black men did this to black women, right? I thought the only time that black women were ever on food stamps and government assistance is strictly and only because 100% of the time is only because of black men. I could have sworn that's what people said. I could have sworn. That's wild to me. So this Asian man sat up there and dated you, lied to you during the dating process about who he was, went to the engagement, still lied to you, got married, still was lying to you. And then after all of that mistreatment, out of all of that pain and suffering that you went through, you're like, hey, I'm not going to sit up there and do anything bad to this man. I'm not even going to put you on any of the things that's going to take directly from your pockets or your money. I want you to be completely free of this situation because that's how much I still love you. Wow. Wow. Notice the heart in this woman. Notice her heart. She has such a great heart. Because I promise you, if that was a black man, it would have never have made it this far. That dude would probably be locked up in jail. He'll probably be back about $40K in child support or something. Like, it'll be something crazy. She probably would have took him to court 2 to 3 times to try to get 2K, 3, 4, 5K, 8K per month. But yet when it deals with this Asian dude, she ain't trying to sit up there and do nothing. She ain't trying to move sea or sky in order to get that money. That's crazy. Now you want to be a strong black woman. Now you want to be strong and independent when a man of another race made you a single mother. That's wild. And you were married? A divorced single mother? That's wild, brother. That's wild. That's wild. And you up here on food stamps. Ooh. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. That's wild. And then she also said within that same video, she was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to tell my kids anything bad about their father." Woo! You making sure to protect him to the grave. He done beat you, probably done fractured some ribs, bruised you up real good. Might even have some bandages. Probably had to sit up there and take a frozen steak out and put it directly over your eye. But you like, even though I know the kid saw it, I'm not going to say anything disparaging about their father. Their father is still a great and a good man and a good father. Wow. Wow. That's some diabolical work. That is wild work. Wild work, 100%. 100%. Woo. Diabolical work. So now we're going to let me see which I'm trying to remember the order that I put this directly in here. Let me see. Who am I gonna go? Yeah, yeah. I'll just keep it. Let's go to the next one.
Finished this date that I had, this first date, and this man had me crying because he was just so sweet and positive. We ended up getting in like a really deep conversation about dating and like how it's hard. And like, I told him I had been single for 10 years and I told him, I was like, hey, like, are you interested or not? Like, I said, forgive me for being so blunt. Like, I just like, this is the last date I'm going on this year and I just don't want to waste my time. Like, if you're not interested, like, just say that. And he was like, I'm gonna let you know, like, if I'm not interested in all these things. And I looked at him and I was like, like, there was a guy who told me that he would let me know too. He even said like I'm an honest man. Like, I'll let you know if I'm interested or like, if I want to continue this or not. And I was like, and like, I believed him and he actually didn't. And I got ghosted. And so I hear you, but like, I don't really believe you. So I would just prefer you just let me know right now. Like, I think men know. I think men know what they're interested in. But I was like, but if you feel the pressure, I do apologize. And like, I'll know that if you're interested, if you reached out to me. And we just got, it was just sweet because he was like, I can't even talk.
So I want y'all to understand, I'm pretty sure that we all understand right now that she's not talking about a black man. I just want to make that very I just want to make that very clear. She ain't talking about a black man. She's not sitting up here crying in her car all softly going over this and then still has nice words after quote unquote getting ghosted. Nah. She ain't talking about a black man. And this is what I'll be talking about. So like I said before, no matter how it is that folks like this get treated by men of other groups, it's always an individual type of thing. And then even when they do bad, it's like it's still some type of excuse. It was like, he's still a great guy. It was like, it was great conversation. It was lovely. I had a great time. And word, your feelings are hurt. Clearly, champ. You sitting up here crying. You're bawling. You're talking about like, hey, this is your first time getting back into like the dating zone in 10 years. That's wild to me, which means that you're basically in your 30s. And now you're sitting up here saying that was basically your last time doing it. That's a bit stupid. Do you know how many times that guys go out there on dates and they get shot down, used and used, money. You know how many times guys sit up there and get used directly for money and dates and food? Like, you know how many women out there just like freeloaders? They don't actually mean to like really date the dude. They're just there for the food. And they got multiple dates like that lined up. And you sitting up here crying on TikTok or social media trying to sit up there and get sympathy because you were ghosted. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding. Like this is ridiculous. It's like, I'm sorry. Like I said before, maybe it's a little bit insensitive, but I'm just looking at this from the perspective of guys. I'm like, the amount of you know, in a sense, like hurt and pain that guys actually go through when they genuinely are trying to find a connection, trying to find love directly out there, a relationship and they put everything forward. Everything forward. Like they're putting money, they're trying to, you know, put their best selves directly forward and everything of the sort. And it gets them nowhere. They get ghosted. The moment in time that, hey, you know, would you want to be in a relationship or this, that, and ghosted. And women will be like, you know, he was too needy. It seems like he was too clingy. It seems like he was too emotional. I don't like a man like that and all this other type of stuff. And then women like her, they'll come out the blue, overly emotional, and they start chasing after guys that they know are not emotional, are not, they don't have the intent to actually be with them. They're attracted to the dudes who ain't really attracted to them. And that's exactly how she got here. She got all this, why she got all of this emotion. Because she didn't pay attention. She had an expectation. She overthought the situation. She didn't look at the red flags. Like, I'm pretty sure whoever Buddy was, I'm pretty sure he was not sitting up there giving off any type of glorious green flags of like, yes, this is the promised land. Come to me, black woman. I will shield you and be your white knight. I'm pretty sure he was not giving that off. But yet, you decided very stupidly to walk into a door nobody told you to go into. You said that you were out of the dating scene for 10 years. I don't know why you thought that this was the perfect time. I'm not sure if women, like I said, a lot of women on social media. I don't know why would you think that this is the perfect time? If you've been out for 10 years, why would you think that this is the best time? Did you not see the fight with Conor McGregor? That dude came back after what, like a 4 to 5 year hiatus, and his own body took him out the fight before the fighter did. That's basically, you're Conor McGregor right now. You took yourself out of the fight. You took your own self directly out of the fight. It wasn't the dude. It wasn't the first guy, the second guy that took you out. You took yourself directly up out of the fight because you didn't pay attention. You thought that you knew something out of being that, like, what? How do you do that? You haven't done something in 10 years and you think you're about to step back into the game as if you're the prime version of yourself, as if times have not changed? That's stupid. You hurt yourself, champ. You hurt yourself. And hopefully you will sit up there and learn directly from this lesson. Like I said, I don't blame those guys. I blame you. The only way that you can get hurt by another person is if you specifically allow that person to hurt you, and you did that because of whatever unforeseen expectations or fantasies that you had directly in your mind, that this was your dream guy, that this was going to be it. It was going to be a one and done type thing. And it wasn't. And now you want to sit up there, you can't take an L. So now you want to sit up and be like, well, I'm done. Okay. That's not a loss for anybody but yourself. You're going to be the one suffering just like you were for 10 years, probably suffering in loneliness, going through, some type of depression, going through a variety of other things. But in order to cope with that, you decided to, you probably did a lot of schooling. You're probably very educated. You probably got some degrees directly under your belt. You maybe, have some businesses. Right. But that was all to cope with what it is that you really wanted. But because you couldn't get what it is that you really wanted, you opted to do something different. And now that you're fully done with that, like you said, it's been 10 years. Now that you're fully done with that and everything is solidified, the money is coming in. Now you're looking around and it's like, okay, now I want a relationship. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Godspeed, Spider-Man, because that's what it's going to be. Vaya con Dios. That's what you're looking at this moment in time. Like I said, I don't know where people think they at this moment in time. I don't know what type of universe. I don't know what portals people went through. I don't know if this is like a Mandela effect. I don't know what people are really thinking at this moment in time to do stuff like this. And then you want to jump online and you want to talk about this as if tons of like sympathies or whatever is going to come for you. No, just going to be looking at you like you stupid because you're stupid. Yep. 1000% stupid. Do not feel sorry for you. You're at the grown age of 30 something and you should know better. 1000%. And also, like I said before, just like men take L's and we just keep walking and we keep trucking, we keep it pushing, you should be doing the exact same thing too. You're 30. You're not in your 20s. You're not a teenager. Pull up your big girl pants and get back out there and date if that's really what you want. If you don't, then just like, just learn how to take your L's in silence, dog. Like I said, I don't have no sympathies for you. Like that's some clownery, dog. Like 1000%. Like you moving wild out here. Took yourself out the game. Shout out to Conor McGregor. shout out to Conor McGregor. You know, man is out there. But let's go to the next one.
With myself right now, I just let a that disrespects me and don't me come over here and get some.
So hold on, let me just preface this, right? And I made sure to preface this. Let me just bring my tone down a bit because this one is actually a bit more serious. The reason why I'm re-showing this video is because I've stated a multitude of times directly on this channel when I talk about real and actual issues where it deals with Black women out here, their mental state, their point of view, their perspective, when it deals with like love, knowledge of self, and value, and everything of that sort. All of the naysayers that normally want to come through and said you're anti-Black women, said you're this, and said you don't even date Black women and all this. Like I said, miss me with all of that, right? Because all of those folks that normally come up and say all of that stuff to me, I never see y'all bitch asses on these videos because not like I said, I don't even care if I'm not getting money from this live stream now. All of you fucking clowns that always want to come up here and y'all want to say shit directly to me anytime I have critiques for Black women, none of y'all bitch asses show up for these videos like I had here, where this young Black woman is literally having a cry for help. She's sitting up here saying because of the things that she has went through mentally, where she is, she's teetering. And in order to cope directly with that, because she doesn't really have women around, she doesn't really have Black women around that actually care about her, quote unquote, that sisterhood, she has to self-medicate by way of drugs and alcohol. Because she doesn't really have self-worth. And this is why I sat up there and said before that when it deals with women, y'all have to be the ones to teach y'all daughter self-worth. A man, I can't sit up there and teach, a young woman self-worth realistic. I can teach certain things. I can give information about certain things, but I'm not a woman. I never grew up as a girl, right? I only got one role. God only gave me one role, and that's how that works. I can't swap and go both sides. We don't do that here, right? So like I said, just like how men can deliver like one type of love directly to women and directly to kids in the community, right? Women can do that exact same thing. Everybody has their jobs. Black man has their job in the community, and a Black woman has their job in the community. I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck are all of these Black women at that normally be trying to clown me on variety of live streams and underneath different videos. Where the fuck y'all at? All of these Black feminists that want to talk about the femicide rate and all this other type of shit, where y'all at to sit up there and talk about the Black female suicide rate? Where y'all at to sit up there and talk about the Black women who are dying from ODing, who are dying, who are becoming alcoholics, got cirrhosis of the liver and all this other type of shit? Where the fuck are y'all at if y'all care so much about Black women? Because I never see y'all. I never fucking see y'all when I bring up videos like this. Like I said, maybe those divestors are stuck on Love Island. Because the main Black female candidates, they were from, at least what I was able to see on X, they were given white counterparts, right? Maybe they're stuck directly over there, right? With the Nick Landria, whatever it is, and all the other type of stuff. They're stuck over there in that divestor side in celebration, right? Because Travis Kelce got married to Taylor Swift, and it wasn't a Black girl, so they had to go somewhere else, right? They had to go somewhere else. So like I said, I'm just trying to sit up there and figure out where are a lot of these quote unquote Black women, the sisterhood that really care, along with the platforms that I've seen that always have disparaging and negative comments about Black men and young Black boys out here. Where the fuck are they at to sit up there and speak on stuff like this? Because I really don't see them. That's right. They're not going to sit up there and do it because it's going to reflect negatively. They're going to now have to start doing a lot of internal work. And you can't just like shove this off on Black men. You can't just blame, I didn't have a father. I didn't have, no. Women are in control of a lot of stuff when it deals with their daughters, especially when it deals with knowledge of self, when it deals with value, when it deals with respect. But anyways, and the other note that I want to put directly in there is that, dealing with certain things mentally, the last choice to do something, because I got to paraphrase it, the last choice to do something should never be the first choice, right? Go out there and seek some help, get in contact with somebody, everything in descent. Like I said, I've been honest about me myself. Like I said, I younger tried that twice. We're not going for threes. We don't do that here. So again, this is another reason why I sit up there and speak on and I bring stuff up like this, because I can empathize and sympathize, because this right here is not all the other stuff that I talk about. I can make jokes, that can be a laughing matter. This one right here is not, because I understand what she's saying. I can hear it, I can feel it. Right? You got certain things that'll sit up there and speak directly to you, telling you to do certain things, and it ain't what you should be doing. It ain't what you should be listening to. Right? Like I said, it takes a lot of work. If people have the wherewithal and the mental fortitude to sit up and do it, takes a lot of work to sit up there and make it, past a lot of stuff, to see through it, to cut, a lot of that stuff directly off. Right? So like I said, the last option should never be the first option. But here we go.
I'm so disgusted with myself right now. I just let a that disrespects me and don't me come over here and get some for nothing. I'm so desperate to feel something that I'll literally do anything. Like, I know people do not be with me, and I will still let them have sex with me just so I could feel something. Now I'm about to roll some weed up, and I need a bottle, and I'm probably going to myself.
Had to block that out.
I don't know. I'm just at the point where I don't care no more about myself. Like, every time I tried, it didn't matter. It, like, good or bad, it never mattered, and I'm always gonna be alone. So I don't care about myself no more. I let so many men have sex with me that did not even with me or barely even knew me, because I didn't grow up with a mom. I don't have nobody. Don't nobody give a her alive. I honestly be waiting. I only just won't because I don't want to go to hell. I don't care no more. I be wanting to though. Like, I do. It's not sad or nothing. I just cry because, like, just off the emotional part of it. But I really just be wanting it, like, for a long time. Since I was a kid, I always wanted to. Like, it's getting worse and worse as I get older. I could have a house, I could have a job, I could have a car. I wish I would have had somebody that gave a on me so I could, like, actually have did right things in my life and cared about myself. But, like, when you don't have nobody to care about you, you really just don't care about yourself. I need a bottle.
So, like I said, I can hear everything that she's talking about, and as she's talking, I can literally hear what's being said to her. I can promise you. And this is why I sat up there and said a multitude of times in a lot of these videos that this quote unquote sisterhood ain't even real. It don't even exist, because the moment in time that the sisterhood is needed, they're nowhere. All of the women that normally like to sit up there and show up when it's time to talk about black men negatively and try to blame black men for everything that's going on in the world, they're always there. They can pull up, they got t-shirts, they got hashtags, they can bring up Chris Brown, they can bring up a Michael B. Jordan. They can bring up any black dude that's dating like a white woman and all this other type of stuff, right? Talk about, you guys are the reason that wealth is leaving the community. You guys don't love black women. You guys don't want to marry us. You guys don't want to be fathers. You guys aren't builders and all this other type of stuff. But But when it deals with those women, they're supposed to be the nurturers, right? They're supposed to be empathetic and sympathetic. They're supposed to be the ones that, of course, like they say before, we're putting our capes down. We're no longer sitting up there saving the bullet bags. We're not saving black men and black boys. We're only for black women and black girls and for the rest of the community. But where are y'all at when it deals with this? I don't see them trying to sit up there and save this young woman. I would hope that they would prove me 1,000% wrong, and that they would actually pull up for her, that they would support her, that they would sit up there and do the things that are necessary in order to make sure that she is going to be good and that she's going to be straight for a very long time. I would love for them to sit up there and prove me wrong, because there's no reason for a person to, in a sense, lose their life. There's no reason. But as she stated before, she said that she don't got nobody. So that basically tells me that there's no black women out there that basically got her back. There's no black women out there that are her support system, that actually love, that are actually there for her, that are in her corner. Probably even on social media, and that's wild to me because I see black women everywhere when it deals with social media. But when times get tough and a black woman like this is crying out there for help, I don't see all of those black women, especially the ones that always want to talk about me. Never see them here. I never had them send emails talking about like, yo, Seji, that video, like I might not like your content and all this other type of stuff, but the young woman that you had up there, like, yo, what's her contact information so I can get in touch with her? I know some groups, I know this. I never received stuff like that. Never received stuff like that. But yet they quote unquote care about other black women. Okay. The craziest part is the only people that's technically there that she's getting a little bit of something from is technically, I guess, those black dudes that she's dealing with, even though it's still a negative. Those are technically the only ones that are there that are present that may happen to like listen to her, may happen to talk to her. Because, like I said, when people start, drinking and smoking, people start letting their feelings out. People start having conversations. They cry to each other in a sorts, and then within that, that's when people, start doing stuff and all the other type of stuff. And that's the craziest part. And I could have sworn the exact same groups are the main ones that sit up there and say that black men ain't there for anybody. But I'm like, she's specifically stating that she's with black men and that they're at least in a sense there. But the ones who are not there 100% of the time are the black women. That's wild. That's why I work. That is 100% wild work. 100%. But like I said, at the end of the day, I hope the best for this young woman. Like I said, I don't know who she is. I don't know, what it is that she specifically, went through in life, but I'm hoping that she will persevere and make it directly through, right? Because at least, like I said, that's my belief. Like I said, made it directly through it. It is possible. It is not impossible. Sometimes you gotta not listen to yourself. It comes to certain points in times, like Sham has stated in the comment section, that you can't even, listen to yourself. Like yourself can actually be your own worst enemy at times, and especially during those times, because anything that you may have thought about yourself negatively, or anything that you may have heard from like other people, could be like whispers or whatever it is, automatically that's blaring. At times like this, that's when everything that was buried comes directly forward. It's like, hey, let me let me sit up there and show you this from like, when you were going through middle school at 6 years old. Let me show you this at 12 and 13. Like it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, and it takes a lot in order to get directly through that, to sit up there and hit the button, the shut the fuck off button. It takes a lot to sit up there and get through there just to sit up there and hit that button. It takes a lot. And a lot of times it's yourself fighting against you, self versus self. Because that's currently what she's going through. She's not, dealing with like a self versus them or they. She's not dealing with it's self versus self at this moment. And like I told people before, that's going to be one of the toughest battles that anybody is going to have to face. You don't got to be worried about nobody else up out here. You are your own worst and your greatest enemy. And again, that's going to be the hardest battle that you're going to have to fight. And it's not going to be a battle that's going to be a one and done type of thing. Like I said, it's going to be around, 19, around 30, around 50. It's going to be up until like the end of time to see who is going to be the victor. And you got to be able to persevere and go directly through it. Like I said, once you know exactly what's going to happen, the same routine, everything, it's easy to win every single time. It's easy to win. But now we're going to go to a completely different video. We're going to go to a completely, well, technically we're going back to the exact same topic that we had before. So we were on a low, right? And now we're going to technically charge it right back up with the next 3 videos. Let's go here.
never questioned.
Also, I think I did see shout out to Brandon V World said yo, what is good? Y'all, much love, respect, and appreciation for the $2 dono. That is actually probably going to be the only little bit that's going to happen from this live stream due to the amount of cussing that I had to do on that other video. And I'm probably going to have more cussing towards the tail end of the video, and you're going to see why at that last video. That's another video that got me horribly angry. But shout out, much love, respect, and appreciation. So let's get directly into this video here.
That I would end up with a black man ever in my life. I have only ever dated black men, wanted to love a black man, end up dead with a black man. I'm like, me and him, hey, that's what's going to happen for me. But when I posted that video about that gun being put in my face, I will say that the only negative responses I got, people running to Trump's defense, all lives matter, even questioning the logistics of like where I was or if that was possible or if that happened, were mostly from black men. Most everybody else, didn't matter race, mostly women, most everybody else just said, I'm sorry that happened to you, which was honestly the best response. I really didn't make that video for it to go viral. I made that video because I thought other people needed to know and it would reach the people that needed to know, right? And I'm happy it did reach the people that needed to know. I didn't make it for sympathy because at that point I had already felt what I felt. But in the moment I was feeling. And so if I said something wrong or if black men are just so quick to like, well, did you should have, you woo woo woo, like, I'm sorry that happened to you. Period. And it's hard to love something that does not love you back. And so, like, even though I have always wanted to love a black man, at my big grown age of almost 40, I don't know anymore. I don't know that it matters. You know, like, I don't know that it matters for me whether he black or not, who I end up with. Because black men don't love black women. And that, I'm going to stand on that, 10 toes down. Black men, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of
No,
them,
don't
but there
swap
are
the words
so
now.
many black men who just do not love, care for, have a heart for black women. They don't like black women.
Lord.
Somebody would argue they don't like women in general. I'm not going to take it that far. But I'm going to say, black women, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. Your mama is black. If you got
Here
a
we
sister,
go.
I'm pretty sure she black. You got cousins that are black, aunties that are black. Like, how could you not just care for black women, right? So the fact that in that moment I was scared, I was nervous, your response is, get to the point. How did that even happen? That's not the right street. Blah, 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 blah. Like, what Trump got to do with this? Like, oh my God. To be a man has got to be exhausting. To be a black man that does not love black women.
All right. So let me just put this very much first. Anytime that I've had instances when I was younger and any of the guys that I knew basically was talking about something like, potential like fight or whatever happened, it'd be like, yo, what was you doing out there? Like, why was you over there? It's like, yo, what be happening over there? Like, what was you like? That's the main thing. Like I said before, I don't like I don't know if she has men directly in her family, but I know that I've had these conversations, especially being younger, and we're looking at somebody else and be like, yo, who told you to go over there to the east side? Who told you to be dealing like, with folks, up the way? Who told you to be doing that? Like, we told you like who such and such be hanging around with. Like, why would you, be over there with them? You put yourself directly in jeopardy. We tend not to sit up there and have sympathy for people doing stupid stuff that we know is stupid, and we already told you that it was stupid. So you expect us to sit up there, and now you're going to come back and tell us that something happened, and we're not going to sit up there and look at you like boo-boo the fool? Come on now. And then you want to try to swap this and be like, this is further proof that black men, I'm sorry, let me walk it back. Let me walk it back. I don't mean all, but you got some black. No. Say it generalizes the exact same way that you started off the whole conversation. Don't walk that shit back. You say you're going to stand 10 toes down. That don't make any type of sense. You can't say that you're going to stand 10 toes down and then you're going to sit up there and go from the generalization of black men to then some black. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You said black men in general. So we're going to keep it on black men in general. Right. So what about the black men in your family? And I hate this argument where it always comes through, and only black men have to deal with this. It's like, oh, but your mama black, your sister black, your aunt is black, your grandmother. What does that have to do with anything? They more than likely have more common sense than you not to do something stupid. So what are we talking about here? That makes no type of sense. Just because somebody may be of the exact same shade, grew up exactly where you grew up, does not mean that everybody is the same. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to talk to them the exact same way that I'm talking to you. You could be vastly stupid, while the women in my family are vastly intelligent and know how to carry themselves. I'm not about to be sitting up there talking to them the exact same way, and nor am I going to sit up there and have the exact same tone. Like, that's crazy to me. Just because you're like, I'm a black woman, but in the women in your family are black, that don't mean that you're about to get the exact same type of energy. That don't mean that you're going to get the exact same love and support. That is not how that works. I don't understand how people get that misconstrued. You are a complete stranger. You're talking about black dudes out here, again, that are complete strangers, and you want them to have some type of empathy or sympathy. And the main thing, some of them might even have daughters, and they will say the exact same thing. They'll be like, all right, I'm happy that, you good and everything is completely fine. And then they're going to go directly into father mode, but like, yo, I told you not to be hanging out with such and such. What were you doing over there? Why were you driving over there? What was so important over there that you had to go over there and potentially, XYZ and all this? Like, that's the exact same thing that happened. But for her, she wants to just portray this as like, this is why black women, we need to broaden our horizons. This is why we need to be dating out. This is why black men just aren't it. Because when it's men of other communities, they just show up and they just are like, I'm glad you're okay. How are you doing? What can I do for you? How can I rescue you today? And she's like, well, when black men show up, it's just blame this and blame that, and black women are this and black women are that. Okay. So we got another bad signal. We're throwing out Joker cards. Everybody gets one. Everybody's going to just hand out Joker fish. Just let everybody know what's happening. If you yourself as a black woman want to sit up there and date outside of your race, so be it. Stop throwing out these calling cards just to let all of these other folks know that you are for them and you're not for black men. Just do that. Just start making videos about all of those men that you want them to give attention. But matter of fact, it's not even that that you want them to give attention. You'll actually hunt for those guys. Like I said, there's white guys I done seen directly on TikTok. I kid y'all not. If you happen to go through some of these areas where it's this whole swirler and this black woman for white men type of thing that's on TikTok, I can't tell you how many black women I've seen where a white dude is basically saying how much he loves black women and all this. He just saying like simple, basic stuff that you done already heard black women say. I mean, black men say. Simple, basic stuff, right? Been saying 30, 40, whatever years directly to black women. But it don't matter because it's black men saying it. But when these dudes sit up there and say it, here come all of these magical black women to start dropping their photos from Facebook or IG and all this other type of stuff, basically turning into like a dating site. But I'm like, how ain't y'all the same ones, you swirlers, divestors? Ain't y'all the same ones that sit up there and call black women that specifically want to date black men? Don't y'all sit up there and call them pygmies? But all of y'all by the thousands, I'm talking about gangs of y'all by the thousands are in this white dude's comment section, all dropping photos. What? Like I said, it's easy for white boys out here. I keep matter of fact, let me just further go to my point here. Let me just pull this white boy up real quick.
World. And what that is that it's a certain energy you put out into the world that people just somehow know that you like black girls. I don't know. I don't feel like I put that energy out there. Other than, obviously, I have a page dedicated to liking black girls. I know another guy who also likes black girls, and he looked like he liked black girls. I don't think I look like a freaking trucker sometimes. Today I'm in my work clothes, but I'm normally looking like I'm freaking a hunter out in Tennessee and I play country music. That's what I normally look like. But hey, apparently energy doesn't lie. And I got told the other day with a bunch of group of friends from a stranger that, hey, I asked him, I was like, we're talking about girls that we like, and I was like, well, what do you think kind of girls I like? And he looked at me And I was not giving any clean indicators. I was literally, I think it was some like gym clothes or something like that. And he's like, you like black girls. And my friends and I, we laughed because obviously that's true. And I was like, that's interesting. It's like, it really is true that energy doesn't lie. I don't know what I put out there. I don't go like, hey, I didn't tell him I liked black girls. And it just somehow, I don't know, maybe it's an energy thing. Is that, would you say, ladies, that's a thing? Let me know. Comment below.
And that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. Number one, he has an accent. And more than likely he may be about 6 foot plus. Right. So it's already easy directly for him, along with the accent, right? He has what the green eyes, whatever. Yeah, it's like I said, you can let him stroll directly through a black community. It's over. It's over. It's whatever it is. Like I said, it's another DJ Jason Pope. Like I said, he can do whatever you want to sit up there and do. Like he can just, go up and down the east and the west coast. Like it's. Matter of fact, you can just let him stroll through Atlanta. It's over. Like I said before, and this is another calling card. The only difference is he didn't do anything to put down white women. He did a little bit of whatever. He didn't even really put up black women. He was like, yeah, I'm into black girls. But this is the craziest part though. He said he's into. He didn't say he was looking to marry, looking to be engaged, long-term relationship consistently. He is into, which more than likely means that he's been in bed with multiple black women. And because they're not really expecting anything from him, they're just sitting up there smiling and googly-eyed directly with him. It's completely fine and dandy. It's okay if he doesn't want to be with them. It's okay if he doesn't want to have a consistent relationship. It's okay if he don't want to get engaged and married and have kids. It's okay if he doesn't want to have any of that. We're just two people just dating and seeing where it goes. He doesn't have to have intent, guys. I want y'all to understand that. He doesn't have to have intent. The only intent that he has is like, okay, yeah, I like black girls. Me and my friends do. He didn't say none of his friends were married to black girls, though. But hey, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. Like I said, he got a roster. He has a roster, and I would not be too surprised if some of those women that he's been with, that roster has been given directly to the rest of the team. I would not be too surprised because in a lot of those circles there, those black girls be getting passed around. They be moving, rotisserie. London Bridge is falling down. Empire State. Like I said, it's crazy, but it'd be like that. Shout out to the Double G filmmakers directly about here because that's how it starts. That's how it be. That is how it be. Crazy work out here. Diabolical in nature. So now we're gonna go right back to also shout out to Travis. You said if you're weaponizing swirling, stay over there. Bye. Shout out for the $2 dono. Much love, respect, and appreciation. You also You also had up there. You said this is a Swirl Vester promo. Keep them away from us. Shout out for the for another $2 dono. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love. Like I said, it's crazy work out here. Like I said, I watched this stuff for so many years that I've gotten used to the make and model of this type of stuff, and I know exactly what it is. Like people think that they're just like slick out here, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're just going to put advertisements out here." But for the front of it, in order to really hit the point home and to pull people in, well, dealing with the divesting black women. We're going to just horribly just talk about black men. We're just going to smear them and just drag them through them. We're talking about the femicide rates. We're talking about the murder rates. We're talking about the crime. We're talking about this and we're talking about that. And then in comparison, they pedestalize white men. I'm like, wow. That is a pick me right there. That's beautiful though. Like I said, go have at it. It's go have at it. It'd be like that. I'm pretty sure, there's a lot of nice places that some of the black women in these instances have gone and visited, and that was it. Like I said, that young black girl that went to Africa is with the ancestors still, and I don't think anything ever happened with that case. And I don't think the divestors or the swirlers actually care. Like I said before, that Black Girl Magic, that sisterhood, they didn't do anything to get that young black woman justice. Not a thing. Crazy work though. But let's continue. So this is the other video that got me very severely angry. So let me just put this directly up for you guys. So the guy in the green is an older black man. Let me see if I can zoom it in. So the guy in the neon green like work shirt, that's an older black gentleman. And he got off his bike because he noticed that the young girl there that is wearing a bonnet that's not even fully on, that she was getting swung on by her boyfriend, the young thug over there, right? The YN. He was sitting up there swinging directly on her, and him being old school, he's like, hey, you ain't about to be, doing that in front of me, right? So he was checking the situation, seeing if she was okay and everything of that sort. So let's get into it.
Bro, y'all good? Swing, do something. You good? Hey, let's move. Okay. Hey, move. What up? What's happening, nigga? What up? What's happening? What's happening? Don't have to tear your little ass up. What's happening? What's happening? What's up? What's happening, nigga? What's up? What's up? Bro, you stop. Hey, stop. Bro, hold up. Wait. Hold up. Wait. What's happening? Stop. What's happening? Hey, move. Stop. Bro, what's up? Bro. What's happening? What's up? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, nigga? What you want to do? What the fuck you want to do, little nigga? Swing, oh, bro, swing, nigga.
Shout out to the cameraman.
Knock your old ass out. What's up? Man, get with it then. Baby, you should get off of that what you say, man.
The girl is going to be the problem. Pay attention to the girl.
But you not bullying me, bro. I'm not you a boy.
Look the girl.
Bro, hey, move. Hey, baby girl. You gotta move, baby girl.
Both of them told her to move.
Oh, yeah. Bro, get off me.
From the top rope.
Oh. It's over.
Stop, please stop. Please. Hey, let go. Please, hey, let go.
Nah, bro, he tried to kill me.
No.
He's trying to kill me, man.
Hey,
Wasn't nobody trying to kill you.
stop. We trying to.
Hey, let that shit go.
He's trying to help the girl.
We're trying to help the girl. Break that shit
Bro,
up.
you want to help me, see, bro? That's my bitch.
Don't play no girl. Come on, bro. I got it, bro. It's all good.
Baby girl, you need to let them go.
So let me just point something out. The reason why this made me so mad. This bird right here. Y'all can't even see my mouse. Whoever the girlfriend is, she is the main reason that the old guy lost. She got in the way to the point. Let me tell you the three options that the old guy basically had when she was basically in between in the fight. Let me just speed it up. Right? At this point right here, when he basically was using probably about 30-40% of his power just to hold him directly there, he had options where he could have basically swung the young dude directly to the ground and probably hit him a few times. That wasn't possible because the dumbass girl was still there. Stop, just stop. She was still there. This is let me make this an example to a lot of women out here. For a lot of women out there, whenever you got, even if you know that your guy is going to sit up there and lose, it is best for you to step the fuck back. Let men fight. Let just let it sit up there and fight. That older guy has enough common sense to know when enough is enough. The younger dude doesn't. And the other thing that I want to point out as well too is that I find it very funny, right? So we go from this part of the video and we go right back here, right? When before I guess it started filming, she was getting, mollywopped, right? She was getting swung directly on by, Young Thug right here in the yellow, right? So magically your spider senses weren't tingling and you weren't able to dodge when he was beating your ass in the streets out there in the open. But the moment in time that an older guy is coming there to defend you, now danger. Now spider senses, everything is going haywire. Now you got to intervene. Now you got to do something. You couldn't save yourself from the situation of you getting your ass beat. So you're like, it's my best bet. It's my main goal to become Spider Gwen and let me sit up there and save my boyfriend from this danger. The older guy had three options. Option one was to sit up there and just like, knock him around a little bit and let him know like, hey, you don't put your hands on a woman again. He was going to use man's strength. But because the girl was there, he was like, all right, I'm going to have to sit up there and use like 50% of my strength. But then he thought about it. He was like, it's getting a little bit too close. She's intervening a little bit too much. I can't really do what it is that I want to sit up there and do. As you can clearly see here, he can't really protect himself, nor can he really fully defend himself because he's thinking about the girl at the end of the day. The young dude, he don't care. He's like, I'm beating on you and I'm beating on him at the same time. Two birds with one stone. Again, he don't care. The older dude, he's trying to sit up there and manage the situation. This is why I sit up there and tell people it's a difference between these young dudes out here and older guys. Older guys got patience. They can sit up there and foresee and understand a lot of things before it happens. He was trying to mitigate and limit as much collateral damage as possible because if he would have threw a punch and it would have hit her, she would have been knocked out and people would have been trying to go directly after him. But because he couldn't do any of that, he ended up basically losing. He lost because she was in the way consistently and body blocking and defending somebody who was already beating her ass from the get-go. This is why a lot of dudes out here sit up there and say that they are not going to intervene. If they see a black woman in a situation, they're not intervening because it's not worth it. Because for whatever reason, a lot of black women out here don't know how to just let things play out. And then the craziest part about this is, I promise you, she went right back there to him. They're still together. They're still in a relationship. And this dude almost lost his life because he wanted to be a good Samaritan for somebody's daughter out here, for somebody's niece, for somebody's granddaughter out here. He wanted to, quote unquote, do the right thing. This is the main thing that a lot of black women say, like, oh, you black men, you don't even want to defend us. Even when you sit up there and see your sons and your brothers out here swinging and beating on us, y'all don't want to do anything. Y'all just let it happen. This is why a lot of black men let it happen. This is why. Because it ain't worth it. Because the moment in time that men want to step up to be men, here you come trying to body block. Here you come trying to stop a dude from that's trying to help you out. You trying to stop him from saving you. You couldn't save yourself in a situation, but you want to save your boyfriend from getting his ass beat, and rightfully so. This is what I be talking about, dog. But like I said, and I'm looking for a lot of those women that normally sit up there and say, "Oh, this is just your way of sitting up here saying that you're okay with women getting their ass beat." You damn right. You damn right. If you're dumb enough to put yourself in that situation, and then you see somebody trying to save you, and you're dumb enough to sit up there and try to save that person in a situation of which that got you into that situation, that's openly beating your ass, you damn right. Somebody could have potentially lost a father. Somebody could have lost a husband. Somebody could have lost a boyfriend. Somebody could have lost a son. Somebody could have lost an uncle or a grandfather because he wanted to do the right things, because he wanted to do the things that black women always ask of black men to do in the community. And look where it got him. 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 Matter of fact, let me go to the end result right here. Older man who basically had the advantage but lost it because of this dumbass, the girl. She can't control her boyfriend, can't control the situation, but now she's trying to get him up off of the older man who actually had the advantage but lost it because of her. And notice how he was on the ground getting choked out for quite some time. And then you had other people that slowly wanted to come up and assess the situation, such as, let me see, this dumbass in a white t-shirt on the corner. Big ass dude, mind you. Big ass, big for nothing. Big for nothing, sitting on the sidelines, acting all timid. Like, what are we doing here? What's the use of you having all of this weight? You watching an older dude that was trying to do the right thing. Y'all probably comparable in age, but you sitting right there like a dummy. Sitting right there like a man, brother. Oh, yo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, yo, this is crazy to me. This is 100% wild to me. Big for nothing, just sitting there. You could have literally did something and you opted not to do nothing. You was watching this older dude get choked out. You can't say that this dude in a white shirt was in fear. He was sitting up there watching like it was a UFC fight. You would have thought he had popcorn, hot dogs, and nachos the way he was sitting up there standing there as like a bystander. Like, that was wild to me. Didn't do nothing, but watched. And again, that's the problem within the black community. You got too many big for nothings like this dude here that want to sit there and watch when the situation is now at an event where you could actually like stabilize them. Like, all right, let me break this up. Let me do this. You opt to sit there and do nothing. And I promise you, there was other people there that saw the situation, that stopped and stared, and they could have potentially intervened, but they opted not to sit up there and do it. This is another reason why you don't have a lot of black men in the black community that want to be good Samaritans and do the right things, because realistically, I'm going to be honest, it's not even worth it, because you'll end up like this or you'll end up dead or both. But then you'll consistently hear a lot of black women sit up here and say that, where's the black men at to sit up there and protect us? Well, in my response, I'm like, where are the smart black women out here not to put themselves in these situations to be with these types of bums? I'm just trying to figure out, like, how does that work? How is it possible that I can open up any of these apps every single day and I can see a black teenage girl or a black woman in general? It could be educated. It could be anywhere in the education or the IQ rate, whatever you want to sit up there and put it in, as smart as they can be or as dumb as they can be. I always see them with a Pookie or a every single time, beating their ass online. And then somehow, some way, me or other black men, we're supposed to come through the screen and save the day. Excuse me? You've lost your mind. Save yourself. Nobody told you to date that dude. Nobody told you to be with him. You opted to be with him because you like chaos. You like drama. You like the change of scenery. You like living, life or death. You want to be Johnny Blaze. You want to sit up there and be a circus sideshow act, and you want to be jumping, off of like different type of lifts and whatnot for the circus. Barnum and Bailey. You want to be under the big ring, the big tent. Like, this is crazy out here, dog. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I do not understand. Like I said before, this dog. This man almost died. He almost died. And I want y'all to understand the item that YN basically threw. That was a metal object. It had a little bit of density to it. It could have either, cause some severe damage if it would have potentially hit him directly in the cranium or the temple. Like, that dude probably would have been up out of there. And then at the end of the day, you heard the lies that the YN told, right? And this is supposed to be the hardest ones up out here. He was like, he's trying to kill me. He trying to kill me. He trying to what are you talking about? You were just sitting up there. How are you playing victim after sitting up there beating your girlfriend's ass in the street? How are you now a victim? You went from being Superman. I'm sorry, not Superman. You went from being Ultraman. If people don't know what Ultraman is, he's a part of the crime syndicate. He's the evil version of Superman, right? So you went from being Ultraman into now being what, Lois Lane? And knowing a little bit of judo or some military type of stuff because your father's in the military, so a nice little sleeper hold. Now you went from Ultraman down to Lois Lane. He was trying to kill me. What? You sound like those cops. You sound like the cops when they sit up there seeing somebody, a young black dude like this walking down the street. And be like, oh, his body was bladed. His fists were clenched. He was sweating. He was sweating profusely. I don't know what he was going to do. He was 8 feet tall if he wasn't 6. He was tall. He was a murderous man. He had blood rage in his eyes, like a mad dog with rabies. Like I said, it's crazy. It's 100% crazy. 100% crazy. Like this is 1000% crazy, dog. Like I said before, wait, what'd you say, Tip? You said, yeah, I get it, but that's not the answer. Black men are supposed to be the leaders. We can't keep continuing. Wait, we can't keep continuing this out of order destruction cycle of the black community. Nah, Tippy, I get you. Like I said, I understand you. I see where it is that you're coming from, but from my perspective, this is just me, right? From my perspective of talking to a variety of folks directly up out here who are women, and I've tried to tell folks like, hey, you don't want to sit up there and date that person, you don't want to have that dude specifically in your space and all this other type of stuff, and folks didn't want to listen. Like, y'all got to realize, like, it's only men only have so much like room or give so much leeway to actually care. The moment in time that we're consistently shut down and it's shown that women ain't trying to listen, we ain't gonna care no more. Like that like I'm not understanding like how people don't get that. Like, isn't that what the divestors said? It was like, I went on like 5 dates, or I had 5 relationships with black men, and it didn't work out. Like, they just didn't love me, they didn't care about me, so I'm gonna go where love actually is. I'm gonna go where I actually belong, right? Isn't that what divestors say? They're going to sit up there and free themselves from that situation and be in a better situation. So you got black dudes out here, they're like, all right, well, if y'all ain't gonna sit up there and listen and pay attention, and you're not going to heed our words, then we're just not going to sit up there and care. I mean, that's, just, just saying. Wait, what you say, Tippy? You said, I get it. A lot of women are just stubborn. And wait, you said men are weak, scared of women. Wait, what? That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense to me. That don't even make sense. It's like, nah, like I put it to you like this, right? A black father, which I've done videos on before, a black father is there. He is present directly in his daughter's life. And he will tell her very specific things, aka being a leader, right? He's directing her, he is telling her, right? And she still opts like, I don't want to listen to you, dad. Let me sit up there and go mess with like this young thug out here. Let me go mess with this gang member. Let me mess with the drug dealer and the scammer, or this dude that be like carrying guns and all this other. And then she ends up dead. You know what people are going to sit up there and say? Oh, the father, he probably wasn't there. He didn't really care about his daughter. He's not really a leader. Nah. It's that the daughter didn't want to listen. She lost her life because she thought that she knew better than her leader. She thought that she knew better than her father. She thought that she knew better than the man, right? Who helped to bring her directly into this plane of existence. And this is again what I set up and said directly on this platform. It's like, what's the use of quote unquote I'd never consider myself a leader, but what's the use of being a leader when people don't want to listen? How can you call yourself a leader if those out there who are amongst you don't want to follow? Can you still call that a leader? No, that's just a man talking. Will you call a king if he don't have a kingdom? If he don't have, people under him? Nah, that's just a dude directly up out there. It's like, yo, like I said, I don't know what to tell people, man. Like I said, I don't know what to tell people. Wait, which things to be said? Okay, I'm playing with the last one, but everything is out of order. No, I agree with you. Everything is out of order, but it's nothing much that you can do if people don't want to listen. We have countless videos and discussions about this, online on a variety of sites where you got the whole gender war, men versus black women, and yada yada yada. And men will specifically say that, hey, we do love black women and all this other type of stuff. We love your hair and all this other type of stuff. And then black women like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't actually love us. No, you don't. You love Becky with the good hair. You love Rosalita. You love Chun Li. You love all these other. You don't actually. I'm like, what's the use of having dudes out here basically say to your face that they love you, and then you turn around and slap them in the face and be like, nah, actually, you don't. You're lying. What? And then people just going to stop saying it. It's like, all right, well, we're just going to stop saying it. Stop throwing out the compliments. Fields of black women directly about there sitting up there saying like, hey, we don't want all of that hotep talk. We're tired of the good morning queen and good morning beautiful and God rise and all this other type of. I'm like, all right, You got it. Like I said, people the thing I've learned is that people will, when it deals with women, let me be specific. The thing I've learned about women is that a lot of women want things only when they want it. It's like a kid when they get like a toy for their birthday. They're fine with it for that first couple of days to like a week, and then they're gonna throw it to the wayside. That's the exact same thing when it deals with black men sitting up there saying online, like, hey, we love black women, we love the way that you are. It's like it's cool that black men say it, but it's like, it's not the right time to say it. You got to say it specifically when black women want to hear that from you. If they're not in the mood to hear that from you, it don't matter. It don't matter. And it's like, that's the craziest thing. Like, it's wild out here. That's wild. But like I said, let let an Asian dude, an Arab dude, or African dude say the exact same things that black dudes been telling black women for decades. Magically, everybody's swooning. Panties are dropping to the floor. The dam is running over. It's like magically, everything is all good. If a black dude basically says it, the dam is drying up. Like, yo, it's crazy. Like, it is wild. I'm telling y'all, it's wild out here, man. It shouldn't be like that, but it is. And that's the saddest part. And like I said, again, Tippy, I agree directly with you. A lot of stuff is out of order. But if you got women out here who don't want to listen to the men out here who are saying all the things that black women say that they want to hear from men, they're saying all of these things. They're also, quote unquote, put themselves in these leadership positions, and women still ain't following. Women still ain't listening. Like I said, I don't know what else to sit up there and tell people. I guess that girl Carisha, I guess she'll be the new leader for black women. Dealing with this summer into like the new year. What was that song where all of my scamming women at? Popping those tags and whatever the lyrics to the song is. Like I said, shout out to her. She made a very catchy song. She made a song that even elementary girls are sitting up here singing. Like I said, she got black girls of all ages sitting up there singing that. Grown black women, educated black women, ignorant black women in the middle, got teenage black girls singing it, got elementary, even to the extent of potentially got babies singing it. Where all of my scamming ninjas at? That's crazy work. Shout out to the culture, and also shout out to India Ari for trying to put some correction out there, but black women didn't even want to listen to her. She got attacked online. And that's wild. That is wild. 100% wild, but it be like that. Like I said, I don't know what people gonna do though. I do not know. But yes, guys, that is it. That is pretty much it. Pretty much it. That was actually the end of the live stream there. One of the shortest live streams I done had in a very long time. Like I said, I'm still kind of mad. At this moment. Oh man, I'm so mad about a lot of stuff, going over in this live stream. Like it's ridiculous, man. Like I said, for years I wanted stuff to sit up there and be better. I had the whole thought process of like, yo, I could save them. I could do that. I'm just going to know to a lot of people. That's it. If you ever go, I put it like this to any of the black folks out there, never go into like this whole thing of the aspiration or inspiration, whatever the word is. Like I said, never go into it thinking that you can sit up and save everybody. That's the worst expectation you could ever sit up and have. Worst expectation you could ever sit up and have. The failure rate is going to be very high. It's going to be very, very high. You're also going to deal with a lot of people, no matter the information that you put out, they're going to question you 9,900 different ways. And they're also going to sit up there and state like what makes you the one to sit up there and tell us anything Why should we listen to you? Who are you? And all this other type of stuff. Like I said, the rate of success is very low. Failure rate is very high though. If you have, the whole thing of wanting to, save a lot of people, wrong thing to do. I'm just going to put that directly out there because I don't want people to get their hopes up, thinking, all right, I'm going to start up a platform like this and do X, Y, and Z. Your feelings are going to be hurt. Let me tell you, your feelings are going to be hurt real quick. It's going to happen. I'm going to let you know is you are going. Feelings going to be hurt. D Love said, "Is the older guy okay, Seji?" I mean, they got the young dude up off the older guy, and then some woman finally sat up there and got the young girl out of that situation because she shouldn't have been there to, like I said, to begin with. It was stupid all over the place. You know, it was a shame. It was a shame. He said, "Save your energy at Seji." What was it? Who was that? Jesse said, "Appreciate the shout out." Much love, respect, and appreciation, I guess. I'm not sure. Wait, was that a previous? Nah, or maybe I might have read one of your comments or something. But what's up there, Jesse? Much love, respect, and appreciation. I'm a little bit confused. You know, I'm a little bit confused. Um, D Love said, "People are listening though, Seji." I mean, I guess you could say that in a sense. You know, I don't know. I guess it comes down to, how you want things to really be. Comes down to like expectations, I guess, that one would have of the situation. So, you also got a failure rate in that too. Because if you got expectations for certain things, you're going to end up, hurting yourself with your own expectations in a sense. So, you know, there's that as well. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You said it sounded like a shot at job. I mean, I guess technically, but much love, respect, and appreciation. D Love said, "Look at him with a pocketbook on and a dang near leggings." Shaking my head. This is a problem too. Oh yeah, you talking about like those jeggings, that type of thing? Yeah. Um, I've never in my life wore pants that tight. Like that's just crazy to me. I'm like, dog, you as a guy put on pants that tight and you got a wallet. People can count your change through your pants and your wallet to the nearest cent. Like that's wild. That's crazy. Yo, Black. Well, third, you said never seen someone who was looking to drown because never saved someone who was looking to drown because they will pull you with them, so they will have company on the way to the bottom. That's true. That's true. Judas said, "Chaos demons be choosing bars." You said you was acknowledging me. I'm so confused. I'm highly confused, but shout out to Jesse Parrish. Shout out to you, much love, respect, and appreciation. Tippy said, "Women still messing with guys wearing skinny jeans." Just said, "Yep." Tippy was like dressed like Roman Reigns. Here we go. This woman. Let me tell you. D Love said Mick Jaggers. That's crazy. Judas said he should have known something was wrong. Yeah, possibly. D Love said, right, Seji. He got 2 dimes and a penny. Bars. Bars. Third said he probably the first male you get yeast infection in those pants. Yeah, that's wild. Yo, that is wild. That is 1,000% wild. But yeah, like I said before, I would love for stuff to be better. It's just not at this moment in time. It will probably take um I would say like a few decades for things to like water down and to water out. Um, for us to, get to a certain point of repairing certain things. But like I said, we got 2030 and 2035 going to be some very interesting times, and it's right around the corner. I've been saying this for a very long time, and it is coming quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, hopefully people are prepared and, paying attention. Like I said, all of the stuff that I talk about, it's, stuff to talk about in a sense, but there are also very much pressing and world issues that impact the United States and things of the sort that we've talked about on this platform, as well. So hopefully people be paying attention. Tippy said, "What's the next video?" Nothing, Tippy. That was actually it. That was actually it. But I will have a video. I actually have one up, and it's one that we went over directly in the live stream. So just in case people weren't there for the live, they can just so happen to see my words on that video. Because let me see, when did I start this live? Probably around like what, 3 or 2, somewhere up in there. Yo, what's up, Sonny? T Ben said exactly. Sonny said they were dressed like they going missing. Tippy said, Seji, I think I might join the Xbox team if y'all let me. So now you want an Xbox, Tippy? Because trust me, I might do a few videos just because, gaming related wise, because I didn't seen some things trending on X within this week where people are trying to, boycott or cancel their PSN subscription because of everything that's in a sense going on. So yeah, and trust me, I got a PS5 right here looking directly at me. And the last time I had a PS Plus subscription was probably what about like 3 years ago? Probably like maybe like 3, if not more years ago. That I basically had it. And I'm glad I don't have it anymore because it's not even worth it. If I probably go to, try to play some of my games right now, I might not be able to play them. I gotta, I guess, do whatever the license thing is, or log in every 30 days. Like I said, I don't know. However that whole system basically works, it's a whole mess within itself. But sure, Tippy, you can come directly to the Xbox side, no problem. And the Sims is here as well too, so you do have that. You're not going to be able to have crossplay to transfer your Roman Reigns Samoan family, directly up over here. But you'll be able to rebuild. University said it is beyond repair. Judah said Bonner Girl got on the same list with Dashiki Ninjas. That's crazy. Oh, she on the same. I got you. I got you. So what is up? You said definitely going to be active by 2030 bars. Tippy said, how much you want for it? What? I'm not selling mine. You can buy one though. Like, yo, Tippy, you could let me tell you something, Tippy. Hold on. Now I got a segue. Let me see. Because you're basically a starting, Xbox person. So they got, let me see how much they got the Series S for. Let me get you real quick. What I would tell you to do, normally I don't say do this. You could get, because I know you always like to say that you're frugal, so you're not about trying to pay for like ultra brand new stuff. You could buy on Amazon right now for $285. You could get you an Xbox S 1 TB. It's the lower version. It's the lower, graphical version of the Xbox, but it comes with a terabyte. It's smaller, right? It's easier to move and to carry around, and that's $285. Because I know that you're not trying to buy a brand new Series S, right? That'll be $479, right? So that's what you would have to, in a sense, do. They got the expansion cards. What is that? Oh, that's a 512. I don't know why they have the Xbox One directly listed up here, which is foolish. They should not do that. That's 1,000% crazy. And then they just got it listed as gaming console. Who did this at Amazon? Like who did that? Like how they got some stuff listed looks ridiculous. Ah, let me see how much is a Series X. Let me see. Let me see what they got. Xbox Series X, because I know Tippy gonna be like, that's way too much money. Let me, yeah, because I already know Tippy is not about to pay like 6 or basically like 7 for that system. Tippy, I'm like, yo, that's too rich for me. So yeah, that's the best bet, Tippy. Third says you might this version in PS5 for $5,000 if anybody's interested. This man, I mean, you can basically sell it for that much right now. Rabbit said that Seiji being a woman beater in skinny jeans is crazy. Yeah, it is. I didn't even think about that when I was going over the video the first time. I'll probably do that when I do the standalone version of this. Tippy said I heard they said 36 months if you don't log in and then deleting everything. I wouldn't be too surprised. Do I even got? I'm not even sure if I even got anything on there that I even want to keep, so it wouldn't even matter. You know, at this point, I'm almost ready to just sit up there and sell that PS5 because I'm like, that's crazy to me. Like you delete my profile and all of my stuff because I'm not on there for like 36 months, but it's my console. That's wild. I don't no longer have an account. That's wild. That's wild. Tippy said I need to transfer my account. I made the Good Times apartment on The Sims. You're not gonna be able to do that. Tippy said, heck no, I'm not rich. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Third said this version of PS5 is going to be rare and is going to be more valuable than the price of 1 Bitcoin. Possibly. Possibly. Tippy said, LOL, I want to make the living single apartment on The Sims. Tippy said, I look on Amazon. D-Love said, shaking my head. Yeah. So, Tippy, if you go directly on Amazon right now, you look for the Series S, that's the cheapest that you're going to be able to get. That is the cheapest that you're going to be able to get. Now, I want to note what you don't want to do. Don't get anything that says Xbox One. Do not do that. Don't do that. Xbox One is not what you're looking for. You're looking for the Xbox Series S or X, right? That's what you're looking for. Because, like I said, when you go directly to the Xbox listings, for whatever reason, they have the previous gen versions directly. Yo, that Pulse Red Xbox controller look dope though. I might have to get that. I might have to get that controller. Let me tell you something. That boy looks nice. I like those colors. Technically, it matches my shoes. Let me see. Heartbreaker. That's the Fallout. The Fallout don't look bad. Velocity green. Nah. Yeah, the blue and the red look dope. The blue and the red look dope. I like rich looking colors. And then on top of that, Tippy, a lot of the controllers, because you being a girly girl and all, they got a lot of different controllers that would fit you. A lot of bright colors. Anything from like the 80s, or matter of fact, Tippy, you can actually go to the Xbox lab. I think you have to go to like xbox.com and then make a login and everything of the sort. And then you can go to the controller lab and you can design your own controller. Like you can paint it and buttons and colors and all that stuff. So yes, it's more customizable than what you would be able to get with PlayStation. I'll tell you that. Tell you that one. Tippy said Xbox Series X. Yeah, either you look up the X or the S. The S is the Tippy. If you don't look it up, the S is the white version of the Xbox, and it is the less powerful version. Right? It sits flat. It doesn't really stand up. The Xbox Series X is the more powerful version, and it stands directly up. All black. Even though they do got a sort of like a black and a green, a black and sort of green one, but that one was a whole special edition version and all the other type of stuff. Tippy said pink and silver. You said pink and purple, pink and blue, pink and well, they have technically they got those controllers up there. D Love said, I don't know why that doesn't wait. cross ladies' thoughts. I thought to stay out of men's fighting, and my thinking was get laid out. Yeah, that's what was going to happen to that young girl. If it was two like young dudes fighting, yeah, she would have got swung on real quick. They would have just it just hands would have just been all over the place. But because the older dude, he was like, "Hey, I can't afford to sit up there and do this. Let me try to do this a different way." That's what happened. Tippy says, "Show us the cool controller you was looking at." Tippy just trying to like lengthen the stream for no reason. Let me tell you something. Yo, Monta, what is up? You said they have a carbon black Xbox Series S, 1 terabyte. That's your best bet at Tippy. Tippy ain't trying to spend a lot of money though. That's the thing. A controller that would technically be for Tippy would basically be this one. Tippy like, yeah, put the what's the names up there. So now I got to sit up there and put pictures up there. All because of Tippy. Let me take down all of these videos real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Got to take all those down. So yeah, the controller that Tippy would technically possibly get would be, this looks like a Tippy controller right there. Full of bright colors and everything. That'd be something that Tippy would get. Now you were talking about, I mean, because it does have pink directly in it, so that's pretty close. That's fairly close. And then they got other controllers too that that glow, LEDs and whatnot. I mean RBG lights and whatnot. Like I said, Tippy, when you go on Amazon and you just type in Xbox controllers, you'll get a lot of different colors. But if you really want to customize the controller, then you might as well go to the Microsoft store online or Xbox.com, whatever. Like I said, they got a lot of different stuff. Like some people, they got like some Rick and Morty controllers, bootleg Rick and Morty, controllers and whatnot. So, there is that. Yeah, they got a lot of different stuff. You just gotta take your time and look. Third says Sony says you do own the PlayStation, but the online functionality and services is theirs. Pay up. Yep. Monza said, as Seiji tell her to get it. Gail said, wow, that's crazy. It was like me and said you're going to scam together and run up into the sunset. That's crazy. That's wild work. Monza said, as Seiji tell Tippy to get one before August 1, the price hike is up again for the Xbox. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's another what's the name? So yeah, Tippy, that controller itself, I gotta actually move my what's the name forward. So yeah, Tippy, that's right up. You can actually get that overnighted. That controller is $42, and it is a wireless controller. It's a wireless Xbox controller, compatible with the Xbox One and the Series X and S and PC. So yep, $42, Tippy. That you can't get no cheaper than that with a controller that looks like that either. Can't get no cheaper. $42. You could easily get that, Tippy. I know you got like $1 million sitting in the background, Miss Frugal. I know you could easily sit up there and get that. D-Love says she likes the controller. Tippy says she likes it as well. Third said that controller looks like. Wait, psoriasis? That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. Tippy said, "Do I need AA batteries?" LOL. I mean, you could always get a charge pack. I mean, they got that up there as well too. If you happen to buy the controller, they usually have a battery pack that's listed below. I'm trying to find where the battery pack's at. I mean, technically, I'm looking even under the I'm looking at the reviews for it, and a lot of people like the controller. So that is also a positive as well, Tippy. That is also a positive as well. Mm-mm-mm. Tippy said $42. Walnut 19.99. Tippy, this ain't the 2000s. What you talking about? Why is not $20? We're not living in the 360 era, Tippy. This is, I mean, if you wanted to, you could potentially maybe use a 360 controller. Um, you might have to, have it connected or whatever, but you can try that if you want to. You can try that if you want to. Lunch said the way Sony is moving, I might end up hopping on a new console in the future. Yeah, I plan on getting the Helix. Like I said before, I've been saying that for a very long time. Helix will be the one that I get. I'm not going for all three again. It's going to be a single console this time. That's it. It's going to be one sided. This is going to be Microsoft. Like I said, I don't know. Godspeed for those out there who are going to go for the PS6. Good luck. Good luck on that one. It's too rich for my blood. I'll tell you that. Tippy said I'm about to listen to that scamming song to get ideas on money real quick. That's crazy. that's crazy. Lunch said, I had my hopes up for the the Steam console sauce, and I heard how many games you can play on it, but I'm cheap and I heard it costs over 1,000. Yeah, it does. It does cost over 1,000. And the worst part is, Lunch, it doesn't even come with a controller. That the Steam machine does not even come with a controller. The controller costs $100 and it is sold separately. So yep. And a controller, when they released the controller before the machine, and a controller has sold out. Like that's how crazy it was. Monster said, nah, this ain't Funkoland. LOL, controllers cost money. Yep. And then if you want even better controllers, if you want like an Elite Series, like Elite Series 1 or 2, or even a third one that's coming out, you're gonna pay a few $100s for it. But it's like it's worth it because of how you can customize it and the things that you're able to do. So Tippy said only for rich folks. $42, Tippy? What? Come on. So I gotta donate money to a Tippy fund so that she can sit up there and get a controller. Okay, we got you, Tippy. We're gonna put together a community donation to get you that controller. I don't know what you're gonna do about the system though, but you'll have that controller. you'll have that controller. Monza said, "How in the world you add the controller to a console as a bundle?" Valve tweaking. Yeah, they are. They smoking. They was like, "Hey, we know people gonna buy it, so that's what we're gonna do." Tippy said, "I'm in for the Steam console." Oh, okay. So yeah, Tippy, you can sit up there and buy that controller now, and then you can buy buy that console I set up and told you. Like I said, that's the if you're looking for a bang for your buck, that's the best way to sit up and do it. I normally don't sit up there and tell people to get things refurbished. But if you're getting it directly from Microsoft, you're better off doing that if it's refurbished. So that way you know that it's already been checked and and everything of the sort. Um, and then you can just, buy your controller and start downloading and playing games. And I think with the refurbished console, I think it should come with a month of gold, I think, or whatnot. The third was like, she better sell. That's some wild work. That is some wild work. I know I'm gonna have to change the picture for this live stream though, because the controller is gonna be the main one sitting there. What was it? Tippy said, just greed all of them. WWE selling SummerSlam tickets, AK a person. Ooh, I feel so sorry for the wrestling fans out there. That's tough. I feel very sorry for those wrestling fans out there. Let me tell you something. That is some crazy work. 100%. 8K for some seats? Nah, brother. I couldn't do it. Even if I had the money, I would not sit up there and do that. Just I can't do that. Maybe if I was like, if I had like $100 million or something, then 8K is like it's nothing. You can just like sit directly on the front seats and just sit up there and do something like that. But yeah. Wait, Tippy said, let me double check. No, you don't gotta check, Tippy. I believe you. I believe that those tickets are at some outrageous prices. I believe it. But anyways, we have now gone on for a good 2 hours. After talking for about maybe what, like 30 minutes, dealing with like some games or whatnot or whatever. Sonny was like, so you take the seats home afterwards? I wish. So you might as well spend an 8K. Tippy talking about check real quick. Nah, I ain't checking, Tippy. I'm not checking. I'm about to, sit up there and let this live stream rest for a minute and go eat some more pizza. But anyways, y'all go have some great time. Y'all got about what is about like 4:43 p.m. Much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all of those who pulled directly through to the live stream and who came through, left comments. Also, much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all of my moderators who pulled directly up that I might not have been able to catch earlier on. Tunnel vision. And shout out to anybody, any new subscribers, anybody who is a new member as well too. Shout out to any and all of the patrons as well, and anybody else that has supported the channel from the beginning up until now. Much love, respect, and appreciation. I would not be able to do the things that I do without people like you. But anyways, be on the lookout for that next video that will probably be up. I'll have it set for like 5 o'clock because that'll let the live stream basically set. So then when the video actually is there, it'll be, on the front, for the channel. So, I'll just do it that way. Tibby said it's a darn shame that they say that you can't bring in your own food. That's crazy. D-Lo said, thank you, SEIJIHITO. No problem, no problem. Tippy said, y'all stay cool and hydrated. Let's get through these hot days. Well, you in Cali, so it's always hot. It's tough out there. It is tough out there. Ice cream is melting as soon as it leaves the truck. It's like that. Y'all got tires out there melting, like Arizona. But much love, respect, and appreciation. And I will catch you guys in the next live stream and or video. Peace out.